What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to do a little comparison in Warzone between Alpha and Bianca. And I think you might find this very interesting as far as what the outcome is going to be for these characters, especially when you look at their builds. And the reason I wanted to show you all this is because we're actually going to be doing this in Crimson Frostland, where Ice actually has the advantage, where right now we have no Ice Elemental characters until Lucia Plume comes later on. And you all can see the score that I did get. Now, I'm not going to let you know who I actually got this with yet. I'm going to let you guys watch a little run, and you can be like, see, which of these characters actually was able to get this score. And you might find it interesting. And the thing is, there's two separate teams here. I'm going to be using Karenina here on both teams, right? She's going to be used on both of them, mainly for her QTE, because it just brings all the mobs together. In Warzone, that's very, very important. No matter what character you're playing with, as long as you bring those mobs together, you put them all in one isolated area, and you just do a bunch of burst damage to them and just take them out. That's the idea, right? The faster you clear out the waves in Warzone, the higher points you're actually going to get. Now, whenever Karenina's on Alpha's team, she actually uses the 4-piece Hannah with the 2-piece Catherine, right? And the Catherine's going to be a debuff for Alpha. And then we're also going to be using Triple S Liv. Now, keep something in mind here. My Triple S Liv is at level 75. We do have the 5-star weapon fully overclocked and just, a single resonance. And then we're just going to run the Da Vinci with 2 Phillips for Alpha. The Phillips is going to buff up Alpha's physical attack, but they aren't resonated, okay? So, you're going to have Alpha, who's going to have the patent memory set, the Sakura sword. You can see she has almost 6,300 BP. You're going to have a Karenina with the 4-piece Hannah and the 2-piece Catherine, and this crappy 4-star weapon. I'll be so happy when I get a different weapon for her. And then we got Triple S Liv, who actually offers an extra 10% physical damage, right, when she's Triple S. So Alpha's getting a lot of benefits here. And then, of course, the Da Vinci with the 2 Phillips set. Now, for Bianca's team, it's going to be a little bit different. Now, something to keep in mind also is that my Alpha is double S, right? So whenever we do a 3-ping red, we're actually going to get 10% extra physical damage. So if you see in the run that I'm using those red pings, I'm getting 10% more damage on top of the extra 10% physical damage from Liv. But my Bianca is also level 80. She does have her ultimate unlocked. She's got her signature weapon as well. It's same build as Alpha's as far as that concerned, and she also has full resonance. Now, if you look at Bianca's BP, it's actually 5,800 because Alpha's at double S. She just has a little bit more BP than my Bianca, so there's an advantage already in her corner, right? In Alpha's corner. But we're also going to be running Triple S Liv. Now, my Liv is at level 62, whereas my Liv was at 75. So, Alpha's got a lot of advantages in this run. I did use the 5-star signature weapon in the run that you guys are going to see, and this is the memories that I actually used for the run that you're going to see. And and for Bianca, of course, Bianca with the 4 Heisen and the 2 Fredericks, and then Liv here with the Gloria, the Samantha, and the Guinevere set. And then Karenina is actually going to have the Da Vinci set with the 2 Eisnas, all right? So a 4-piece Da Vinci and 2-piece Eisna set. And the reason that you guys you might be wondering, why do you have a Da Vinci on Liv but you don't have a Da Vinci on Liv? The reason is because whenever I play with Bianca, I keep her in there the entire time. When I play with Alpha, sometimes I switch out to Karenina, because Karenina, especially early on in the early mobs, can do a lot of damage. She can melt them down pretty damn quick. So I tend to switch them up a little bit. So I got a sub DPS set for Karenina for Alpha, whereas with Bianca, because Karenina is just going to be used mainly for her QTE, just as a support, I'm running the Da Vinci on her with the Eisna for the debuff for Bianca, and then we got all these debuff and buffs for Liv. We're just going to do a lot more damage because of this, and it's a pretty fair comparison in all honesty, because both of my healers are at Triple S, right? We're getting extra damage for lightning with Liv here being at Triple S. I mean, if you take a look at her passive, within the Iron Field creates X lightning lore, lightning damage of all allies increases by 20%. When this one she's at Triple S, and Liv, whenever she's at Triple S, gets an extra 10% physical damage to all allies. So we got some major buffs going on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the runs, and then we're going to talk about what you all saw. So see you in a moment. So as you all saw, my Bianca actually outscored Alpha. Now why is that? Alpha's got a lot of advantages over Bianca. Well, there's a lot of things that come into play. There's a lot of variables that come into play. It really depends on how well you play, because whenever you play with Alpha, it requires a lot of skill. Alpha's just one of those characters that she has a lot of burst damage, but she has a lot of sword waves. And if you was watching on how I was playing her, I wasn't just using all of my sword waves all at once. I'd use so many, and then I try to use a lot of my basic attacks. I try to keep her in there as much as I can because she is stronger than Karenina, right? So that way we can do more damage. And that was a pretty good run. I mean, the idea really is just to use, Karenina's QTE, try to do just a little bit of burst damage, get them all to come together and do a little bit of burst damage, and then save some more orbs for the next go around, right? That's really what you're trying to do. Alpha requires a lot of skill because of that. So you have to manage her sword waves, you got to manage your orbs, you got to manage your dodges really well. Like, there's a lot of skill that's involved whenever you're playing with Alpha, whereas with Bianca, it's literally red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. Like, it's just so much easier with her. I'm not sitting there, all I'm doing is trying to time my dodges. And yeah, you're managing orbs, but it's a lot easier to manage orbs when you're just doing from, red into blue. Whereas with Alpha, I mean, yeah, you're trying to get a blue, and then you're trying to go into any other 3 ping, whether it's yellow or blue or red. But with Alpha, she does all them sword waves. Whereas with Bianca, she does, the 6 shots for her core passive. And you literally can just dodge, keep shooting your core passive, and you're not sitting there worried about trying to line up everybody, right? You're not trying to do all that. You're saving time by using a character that can just burst them down very, very quickly. It's just a lot, honestly, it's just a lot easier to play Bianca. Even though she's S rank, she isn't double S, even though she has less BP than my Alpha, she just feels a lot easier to me. And I played both of those runs for a long time. I spent a long time on the live stream last night practicing those runs, trying to get the best runs that I could. And I'm telling you, I could consistently do much better with this young lady right here than what I could with my girl Alpha. Now, that doesn't mean that Alpha is weaker than Bianca. She is not. She's stronger than Bianca. She has more damage. She has definitely higher burst damage. But for Warzone, I really feel like Bianca is just a whole lot easier to play. I just feel like she's just simpler to play. And maybe some of you relate to that, but those of you that might be really, really skilled at playing with Alpha, maybe you'd have a different opinion about that. And the reason I wanted to make this video is really just to shed some light on these 2 OPS rank characters that we've gotten so far in Global. I mean, they're both amazing, right? They're both awesome characters, but their playstyles are completely different. Everybody's going to play these characters a little bit different. I mean, I really do feel like Alpha here requires a lot more skill to play than Bianca, at least in my humble opinion. But let me know in the comments how you all feel about that. And also, if we were playing Machine Factory in Warzone, Alpha would absolutely destroy Bianca because we actually get 30% extra physical damage. So keep that in mind, right? I mean, Alpha's still going to be better like in that Warzone because she gets a 30% increased physical buff. But in the iZone, as you all saw, it looked like Bianca was just doing a lot better, at least for me. But let me know what y'all think about the comparison. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.